Oh, well.
If you shut it all the way, she's going to try to claw her way in. So just kind of leave it like a little bit open. Oh my goodness, who's messaging me now? I'm live. Okay, hello. You're the one. Okay. Just cleaned my glasses and already I can't see crap. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, glasses. You need to be clean. I can't see if you're dirty. A little better. Hey! Hey, maybe Sarah. Hey, Shannon. Hey, Carrie. What's happening? It's Friday. Yay! Hey, Kim. How are you, girl? Did you get moved okay? Hey, Carrie. Oh, I already said hi to you, didn't I? Sorry. I'll be brain dead today, y'all. It's been a long 2 weeks. Hey, CPO. What's happening? Ken. Hi, Ken. We're so glad you're here. Hey, JR. What's happening? Oh, yeah, my bracelet. Yeah. I always wear them. I wear this one all the time. This one all the time. I just got this one at the beach because I liked the little anchor detail. Can you see the little anchor? I thought it was so cute. I was like, I gotta get that. Kim, did you get moved? Yay! No more Colorado. I'm so glad you're in Arkansas safe now. How was everybody's the last 2 weeks? Was everything good? Are you exhausted, Kim? I'm sure you are, huh? Moving is so tough. Heck, selling a house and buying a new one is tough. Oh, thanks. You know what? I got like sun on my arms. I got a little bit on my face, a little bit on my chest, but I literally stayed. My legs were completely covered the whole time. Like I was freaking out, scared that I was going to get sun poisoning again, right? So guess what happens? I was so pissed. We were driving home on Sunday, and I was like, what the heck is all over me? I was covered. My face, my neck, my arms, my stomach, my legs, everywhere was covered in this horrible rash. I was itching like there's no tomorrow. So I took Benadryl like every day for like 3 or 4 days. And then today I finally woke up and I still have the rash like on my legs, which is so strange because my legs were covered the entire time. Like when I say they were covered, let me tell you, I put 50 SPF all over my legs like every 10 minutes. And then I literally kept a beach towel on my legs the whole time. And I was staying like underneath the umbrella the majority of the time. So the little bit of sun I did get, yeah, I got like going into the edge of the ocean or whatever, like over like a short period of time. And when I was little, I would get really, really tan. So I guess I am a little tan, but not like I used to get. But yeah, I had the stupid ass rash. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I can't win for losing. Yeah. I bet you are exhausted, honey. Oh my gosh, I bet. Oh, sure, JR. You know, I thought of you when I made it, JR. We went to Virginia Beach. We had like a, what do you call it? Like a hotel, right? It had like a fridge and a microwave. We had that for like 5 or 6 days. And then My cousin from Indiana actually lives in Virginia Beach now. Him and his wife bought a house. So we went and stayed over there for 2 days, and like they have a pool and everything. And so went and hung out there for a couple days. And then we were supposed to go to Ocean City, Maryland today or yesterday or today. But y'all, because of my rash, I was like, I don't think it's a very wise idea for me to go sit at the beach and chance like getting covered in God knows what again, you know. So we didn't go. But we went to the races last night, watched the horse races and played a couple of slot machines. And today I went with my son, his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's daughter, Ava, because Ava just turned 14. So took her shopping for clothes today for school. And then I got to be over at her house tomorrow morning at 11 to help decorate and get the little birthday party going. And I'm all excited because it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, y'all. Me too. I had no idea what was going on, a rash. Yeah, isn't that weird, Carrie? Like, I was talking to my sister, right? So when I say I'm a pasty white girl, my sister's like a really pasty white girl, okay? Like, she never got tan like I did. Like, when I was little, I would walk outside and 15 minutes later, I would come back in and, like, be really deeply bronzed. You know what I mean? So she's never done that. And so she apparently gets sun poisoning all the time. So she has to be like so careful. Like when she mows her lawn, she has to have a hat on. She has to be covered. And then I found out my little brother, I guess he's having problems with the sun now. So I'm like, are you kidding me? Like out of all the stuff, you know, we had to get from our family, did I have to get this stuff? Because my dad was like a bronze god all the time. Like he would just get like the prettiest tan so easily like that, right? Of course, I got to get the crap from my mother's side with, you know, sun poisoning. Thank you. Thanks, Mom. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Pat. Oh. I don't want to knock the keyboard over. My husband will not be happy with me. Hey, Pat, what's happening? I miss you guys. I think I am tanned. I know I'm tanned because like I held my arm up to my son's and I'm like a lot darker than he is, but my legs are like still pearly white, of course, like a pasty white girl that I am. Hey, Lori, what's happening? Is it, Carrie? You know, so I have family in Indiana and a couple of my cousins went out to Ocean City for like, you know, vacation a couple of years ago. And they were talking about how great it was. And I was like, oh, okay. So maybe they've like, I'm thinking maybe they've cleaned it up. But I think it's because they had never been to the beach before. So of course they're going to think, you know, that a dirty, disgusting beach is nice when in fact we know better. So yeah. Yep. Straight Irish, bare strawberry, blonde freckles, I burn. See, my mom's coloring was like, she was really white and then her hair was like red. And if you saw my natural color, I have a lot of red in my hair, like so much red in my hair, which I usually cover it up. I try to anyway, but it just comes out when it wants to, especially in the summertime. The red really comes out, you know? But I was thinking about like going back to my natural color. Because I think my natural color now is gray, and I'm not gonna be gray until I absolutely have to be. I'm gonna be that woman that's 85 degrees in the nursing home that walks around with really cute hair all the time. I'll dye it different colors, have a good old time. So yeah, I don't think I want to go gray anytime soon. My sister-in-law, my younger sister-in-law, she totally pulls it off. Like her natural gray came through, and it's so pretty. But I have like the wiry, nasty gray hair. You know what I mean? Like, it just looks dirty almost. I don't know how to explain it. It just almost looks like my hair is dirty or something. I don't know. My new pool was green when we got here, so we haven't been. Oh my gosh, is it a chlorine or a salt water? Because you know what? My cousin's pool is a saltwater pool. Because I was wondering, like, they said there was like a big shortage on chlorine. So I was like, okay, are people going to be able to open their pools this year? Yeah, that's how I am too, Lori. I hate it. How tall am I? Okay. Okay. I say that I'm 5'10". My husband's swears he's taller than me. But I'm taller than him. But don't tell him that because we kind of keep it a secret. But I have shrunk. Thanks to aging, I have shrunk 1 3/4 inches, which my doctor was like, you're 1 3/4 inches shorter now. I was like, oh, yay me. Another great thing of getting old. I get to shrink too. So I'm like shrinking this way and expanding this way. You guys, so I took I'll just say Ava, okay, because I hate saying my son's girlfriend's daughter because they're part of the family. So, we went shopping today to get her some cool clothes. And so I found this shirt, right? And it says good vibes on it. So I totally loved it because it was bright and colorful. And I get home and I'm like, I looked at the shirt again and I'm like, isn't this supposed to be like tripping on mushrooms kind of shirt? Like, that's what I was thinking when I got home. And I was like, you know what? I don't care because I'm going to totally rock it. Because it looks like, it looks like me and I like it. And it's bright. I don't care what you think. Oh, good. You get to swim by Tuesday. That's awesome. How's the search for summer wells going? It's not broadcast here in Australia. Have they found any new leads yet? No. They removed the boys from the house, which, hello, come on. Shouldn't that have happened before Summer went missing? You know what I mean? Like, I saw that and I was like, you've got to freaking be kidding me. Like, had you all have done this and done your job, right? Summer would not be missing today. Oh, let me tell y'all. So I tried not to watch any YouTube. I didn't respond to comments. Oh, okay. So I didn't respond to comments for the first week because we were at the beach and I was trying to be in tune with my husband, enjoying the vacation. So we're on our way to Virginia Beach and I find out my uncle passed away. He had fallen okay, so back up. So, I went to my sister's house, flew to my sister's, and then we drove to Indiana for the family reunion. So I wanted to see two people, especially two of my uncles, because I was like, they're not going to last long. My Uncle Walter and my Uncle Frankie. I was like, I really need to see them because I'm afraid they're not going to be around too much longer. So we're there, we're having a great time. I was talking to Uncle Walter, and then he went to get up, and I went to help steady him because he kind of scared me because I was like, oh my God, he's going to fall. And he goes, oh no, I'm good, honey. I haven't fallen in over a year. So my Uncle Frankie gets there. He couldn't breathe, went into these fits and had to leave, right? So I said to my sister, Uncle Frankie's going to go any day. And she's like, I know. I feel it too. So we get the call that Uncle Walter, Uncle Walter had fallen and he had hurt his hip. So they said, okay, we're going to go in and do surgery and clean his hip up. And so I was like, okay, good. That's great. He made it through the surgery and then he coded after the surgery twice and died. I was on vacation. My husband is such a good man. He said, let's go home. We'll get you a flight so you can go to the funeral. And I talked to my sister and decided, I'm not going to go. I kind of felt like at that point, I got to have a good talk with him this summer and I was so glad I got to see him. So there was just some part of me that was like, I don't want to go and see him like that. You know what I mean? I hate funerals anyway. So they said, my sister went. My brother couldn't go because he just started a new job. And so my sister said, I'm retired. I'm going to go. So she went. So apparently my Uncle Frankie went to the visitation, and everything was fine. And then the next day he couldn't come to the funeral because he couldn't breathe. He's passing out now because he's not getting enough. The oxygen's not even getting to his lungs and his brain. So he's going to die anytime. And I'm like, so here we go again. I'll have to decide at that point in time if I'm going to go to Indiana when something happens to him or not. But it's just, you guys. So that started off my week. And then I said, okay, I'm not I'm not going to do any work. I don't care. I'm not doing any work. Well, you know, I did like do a few things while I was there. Like, you know, excuse me, spirits came to me. I talked to people. And I tried to reply to my YouTube comments, right? And it showed that I had replied. But then we get home, and this last week, it was showing that I hadn't replied at all. It's like it deleted it. So I'm like, are you kidding me? So if I didn't reply, I apologize. Now, as for my emails, I intentionally did not reply to my emails. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. You know, I had a couple people that said, okay, I want a reading today, you know, and I'm like, yeah, it doesn't really work like that. And I didn't feel bad. Usually I feel really guilty, but I was like, I'm not going to feel bad. I'm on vacation with my hubby. I mean, my husband needed a break. Y'all have no idea. He needed a break. Yeah. That's cool, Lori. Oh, chlorine pool. Okay. I have purple hair. I can't imagine ever going normal again. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I would love to have purple hair. Yeah, it's... So anyway, so I tried not to like watch videos, right? But at one point, because we were watching the Olympics, you know, the little bit we were in the room, we were watching the Olympics, trying to keep up. But at one point, you guys... So I don't know this guy's name. Honestly, I feel bad. Like, he's a retired New York detective or something. He has a small speech impediment. I think his channel might be like The Interview Room. I think that might be it. So I tried to watch his video where he was interviewing Summer's mom. You guys, I was so frustrated. My blood pressure was going through the roof. I was getting so mad. I'm like, you know what? If you're going to interview her, then frickin' interview her. Don't sit here and hold her hand and pussyfoot through this stuff. Like, you need to balls to the wall, interview this chick. You know what I mean? If you're going to take the time and say you're using your abilities to interview these people, then you need to really interview them. Not sit there. He was like coddling her, you know, oh, I understand. I'm sure you miss her so much. You don't do that. You don't do that. Okay. I've been in enough police interrogations because I've helped with enough cases. You know, this isn't a new thing for me. I sit there. I'm one of those people that get to sit on the other side of the mirror, right? And I sit there. And if I say anything in their ear, they have an earpiece in, and I can say, ask them this, you know, what about this, this, and this? Like, I've been around, you know, cops, detectives that interview. And this guy, I was like, are you seriously, like, did you, when you retired, did you just forget your entire career? Like, and I'm not trying to be a bitch, okay? Sorry. I'm not trying to be like that, right? I'm not trying to be that person, but he just coddled her the whole damn time. And I'm sitting there trying to watch it, just getting pissed. And I'm like, oh, let me interview her. You know, I wish she would have picked me. But of course, I'm just a little teeny nothing channel. So there's no way in hell she would ever let me interview her. Plus, she knows I can see right through her ass, right? Sorry, I'm cussing a lot. Sorry, I'm just very frustrated. I would have loved to have been able to interview her because I'm like, dude, did you forget how to do your job since you retired? Like, did you addle your brain? And I'm really not trying to be, I'm just trying to be funny, but I was so pissed. I was like, thank you, JR. Thank you. Yeah, you know, I think the worst part about my uncle, it's my aunt. You know, my aunt's been through hell. Her older son took his own life. And then she has twins. Timmy, the one twin, got into a car accident and he's paralyzed from the waist down. The other twin fell a year and a half ago and lost her foot. And they had to reattach her foot. Well, then they had to amputate it. So now she has her legs amputated. I mean, she's been to hell and back trying to take care of her kids. And, you know, then her husband drops dead unexpectedly. So I just feel horrible for her. Sorry, guys. I keep trying to turn this phone down. And for some reason, it's like, it ain't working. It ain't working, y'all. Yeah. It just really pissed me off. Sorry. I know I'm switching back and forth. I'm sorry. And it's like this lady said, you're so hard to follow. You need to stop switching back and forth. Well, you know what? That's just how my brain works. I apologize. I'm probably ADD or some crap like that. I don't know, but I'm not putting another label on my body because I got enough. Yeah. Thank you, Ken. You know, I had a lady email me and she was like, you didn't reply to my email. I don't understand why you're not replying to me. Because I was on vacation with my husband. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, good. I'm glad it's good, Kim. I'm glad he's doing better there. That's how my sister was when she moved from the East Coast to the Midwest. It cleared up so much. What up? Yeah, that's him. Chris from the interview room. Yeah, that is him. Okay, yeah. That was such bull. Did you guys feel the same way? Like, didn't he coddle the mother, Summer's mom? Didn't he like completely coddle her? I was like, do your job. Like, if you're gonna put yourself out there that you're a retired New York detective, you know, and that's what your channel's all about, then go for it. You know, don't sit back and coddle her and hold her damn hand. Do what you need to do. Me too, Shannon. Thank you, Kim. I know. What's so sad about your... Oh, thanks, honey. Yeah, she's got, like, so much going on. Like, it just... And apparently my cousin Timmy wasn't taking it real well. Of course, you know. So my aunt had her oldest David, who committed suicide like a few years ago. And then Timmy and Tammy, her twins, she had them and then met my uncle. But their dad, the three first kids, their dad was like bad news. And so my uncle took these three kids in and raised them as his own, and then they had two of their own. And so Timmy, you know, he's like really struggling because when he had his car accident, my uncle drove every day to Indianapolis to the hospital to sit with Timmy every day when he first became paralyzed and they didn't think he was going to live. And my uncle every day drove up that, you know, so of course Timmy, why does it still, is that your phone or my phone?
It's your phone.
Jeez Louise. I'm going to throw it out the window here in a second. Thanks, Ken. Thanks, Shannon. Thanks, Lori. Yeah, there you go. There. I know, right? He wasn't asking her any difficult questions at all. None. Nothing. Nada. Hey, Darlene, what's happening, girlfriend? My uncle was an amazing man. I will tell you. He was in the military. He got out of the military, but he stayed in the Guard. And so then he retired from the Guard eventually. You know, he did like 20 different things. But there was a point in time when he was an alcoholic and he wasn't doing so good with his family. But, you know, he came around, he woke up, he got clean and sober, and he turned his life around. And he was an amazing man. And if anybody says any different, they obviously don't know him because he really was an amazing human.
Now that Karen is done, I'm going to go over there and ask her if she needs any help.
Reconnecting. You guys, something's wrong with this stupid software. What the hell?
Can
Come
I still
on.
hear you?
Reconnection successful. You guys, I tell you what, I'm so tired of this. I know, but it's just every time I turn around, there's something with the computer.
I got a different software we can use.
Okay, but I'm saying, I sit down in front of a computer, it's always broke.
So you want to show them?
Hold on, honey.
Oh.
Don said the kids got taken away because he was drinking too much. Really, he said that? Because I didn't watch that interview. Because after I saw him interview Summer's mom, I was like, I'm going to wait till I get home until we're off vacation. And then I'm going to watch them. Because then I can get pissed off and cuss and scream and yell all I want. What? What do you want?
I was just going to show them my tan.
You don't have a tan.
What?
Oh, you do have a tan. Put your arm up here. Look at my hubby's tan. He's darker than I am. Look at that. Can you believe that? Psh, get on out of here. He has like
Oh,
no skin issues apparently like me because I'm such a pasty white girl. Oh, good. You can see and hear me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I gotta stop talking about summer wells because it just gets me. Like, I still say the mom and dad are involved, and I think there's so much more to the story than what they're saying. Yep. Oh my gosh, have you guys been watching the Olympics? Has anybody been watching the Olympics? So let me tell you. So of course, there's this little 14-year-old girl with China. She's a diver, and her mom's ill and needs round-the-clock care. So in order for her to be able to afford round-the-clock care for her mom, she joined the Olympic diving team, and she's freaking amazing. She was getting like all 10s, right? So at that point, I was like, okay, I'm good with her winning the gold because holy crap. Can you imagine having that on your back at 14 years old? You know, that you have to work and you have to do all this for your mother, like so your mom can stay alive. I mean, that just... So I like loved that little girl. And then the surfer from Hawaii who won the gold, I love her. I do. Yeah, we've been keeping up or trying to keep up, but you know. Yeah, you just got TV today. I think we're about to like get rid of our Verizon Fios and like get something else as our, what are you doing? Get something else as our like TV system, whatever it's called. You don't know what I mean. I don't know this technical crap. Yep. Yeah, I do think she went missing the day the police were called, for sure. Okay, so Simone Biles. I have two schools of thought on her, okay? One school of thought is maybe, you know, maybe since she's back at the Olympics, maybe all the memories came back of being molested by their dumbass trainer who molested all the kids. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what it is. What it looks like to me is that she had a bad performance and she was like, holy crap, I did horrible. How can I fix this? And I don't know. I hope I'm wrong about that. But from the very beginning, when she said she was stepping out, I was like, it's because she did bad. She's afraid she's going to let everybody down. That's what I think it was. Because that was initially what I was getting. So that's what I think it is. I don't know. I mean, but you know, I was looking at it from a perspective of, she's like, what, 24 freaking years old, right? She's been doing this for how many years? You know, I don't know. I just think the poor thing needs to like step down, go buy a gym somewhere, teach gymnastics, make a shit ton of money, and have a good life and relax. I think that's what she needs to do. You're welcome. You're welcome, Simone Biles, in case you wanted my opinion. Yeah. So you have YouTube TV. Okay. I'm so confused. My sister has like one TV. My brother has a different. So I'm like, I don't know what the heck. I don't know which one we're going to get. I'm like, remember to click the thumbs up. Thank you, Ken. I missed you. Yeah. And I hate to say that because, I mean, I'm sure this poor kid has like, I'm sure she has like a ton of issues. I mean, she was molested for years, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I just feel bad for her. Like, she just needs to like retire, go enjoy life. You know what I mean? I just think she's at the age to where she's been through enough shit. That's what she needs to do. I hope so. I hope she does something. I really hope she does. I mean, I feel bad, and you know, I want to be wrong about what I feel and what I see, but you know what? When that's what I feel and see, it's usually on the money pretty close. So Yeah. Yeah. All right, what else do I have on my list here, you guys? Oh, I'm going to be doing... Oh my gosh, I'm probably going to say her name wrong, and I feel so bad because I haven't... This is the other thing. When people say, oh my God, you can't even pronunciate her name. Well, hello, when I connect with a spirit, I don't say, excuse me, can you please pronunciate your last name for me, please? Just saying, y'all. Anyway, Jody Truitt. That's going to be like a really long video, which I don't really like long videos. So, but there's so much to the case and there's so many details, you know what I mean, that need to be added. So I'm kind of like, ugh, do I cut a bunch of it out or, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Britney Spears bought her first iPad at 39. Really? Wow. I feel sorry for that woman. I feel really bad for her. Like I said, it's her money. She's worked her ass off for it. They need to give it to her. If she blows it all, oh well. You know, it's her. It's on her. Like, she needs to live her life and do what she wants to do. You know, I find it hard to believe in today's day and age that you can legally sit here and tell a grown woman, no, you can't have your money. No, you can't have kids. No, you can't get married. No, you can't do this. You know what I mean? It'd be different if she were like severely messed up, right? But she's not. I mean, does she have a lot of mental health issues? Oh, heck yeah, she's got a lot. More so than I think anybody even realizes. But I mean, come on. Is she going to get any better? Is she going to want to get any better when everybody's controlling her and her money and everything else? I mean, come on. Shannon, who are you talking about, hun? Sorry, I'm babbling so much I can't keep up with who I'm talking about. Are you talking about, oh, Jody Huisentruit? You'll see. You'll see. I think I'm going to do, you know what, Kim, let me write her name down again. Because I think, for some reason, I thought she was coming up soon. I think she's coming up in not too long. I have, so I have a case that happened out here in Shenandoah Valley. And the anniversary of it just happened recently. And I had every intention of going there and taking, you know, videotaping where it happened and videotaping where their bodies were found and where they were camping. And I'm hoping to get around to that, but I may just have to do the case without doing all that because I don't know how much time I'm going to have to get it done. So, yeah. But I think Crystal Rogers is coming up soon. I do think she's coming up. And then I think the next one I'm going to do live is Marilyn Monroe. I think that'll be a really good one. Yeah. And I thought about it again today because when I was trying to buy Ava some clothes, they had all these Marilyn Monroe t-shirts and I was like, aw. Oh, thanks, Ken. Yeah, I really want to do Marilyn Monroe. I want to find out what the heck happened. I want to find out what the truth is, all the rumors about her and the president's brother, and I want to get to the bottom of stuff. That's all I know. You know, I had planned on going to a bunch of cemeteries out near Virginia Beach, but you guys, so many of them were newer cemeteries. They didn't have a lot of old graves, and we were just so busy hanging out on the beach and walking down the boardwalk. And oh my gosh, you guys, I had the best crab cakes. I think I had crab cakes at least one meal every day. They were so damn good. We went to the Hilton has Catch 31 restaurant. We went in there and I had the most amazing crab cakes I've ever had in my life. It was so damn good, you guys. It was so good. I mean, keto, low carb, what? I have not been eating right or healthy or anything. I do too, Ken. I mean, that's the biggest thing I want to know is like, how did you die? You know what I mean? Like, let's hear the truth, you know? Probably, you're probably right, Shannon, but that's even more of a reason why I want to connect with her to find out the truth. I mean, me too, Rain. Me too. I'm telling you, like, there were some days where we usually went out to eat twice a day. You know, so we usually would skip breakfast, or if we, oh my God, you guys, they had the most. So 2 mornings we did go to breakfast, and then we skipped lunch and just had like dinner. They had this waffle restaurant there. Oh my God, the best waffles I've ever had in my entire life. And we came back home and we ordered breakfast from this little place that we go to sometimes. But I never had their waffle. Got the waffle and I was like, this is not good. I'm spoiled now. I've had the best waffles ever. So now, you know, anything else I taste doesn't taste good. So I'm like, this is not a good waffle. But yeah, so I would eat crab cakes like at least once a day. I had crab cakes because I love crab cakes. She definitely was silenced, Ken. Definitely. Have you heard of Jaliek Rainwalker? I have not. I have not, y'all. But oh my gosh, I was trying to write down cases that people had emailed me about. I just added like 20 people to my list, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's gonna take me forever to do all these people. You know, isn't that sad that there are so many people that are missing? It just sucks. It really does. Wow. With Marilyn, would you push if you got the usual? I would try, of course, but here's the problem. Like when I've had, whether it's a normal everyday person or a celebrity or a musician or whatever, a lot of times when I ask about their death and their manner of death and how it happened, and I ask them to talk about it, they're like, oh no. Like, they're like, oh no, I don't want to go there. You know what I mean? And if I keep pushing and pushing, then they're kind of like, okay. And they just like draw back and they're gone, you know? So a lot of times I have no choice but to kind of, you know, not push so much and try to get what I can get, you know? And that's the one thing that really sucks is that, and I look, I'm not dead, okay? But I understand if you died in a horrible way, I understand not wanting to talk about that and bring those memories back. Like, oh my gosh, I totally get that, you know? Oh, that's how you are with oysters. You know, I don't know if I can honestly say if I've ever had an oyster or not. That's so pathetic of me. You know, living in the area that I live in, I need to try oysters sometime. So watching this really sad story about a teenage boy years ago went missing after a party. Randy Leach and his parents are so beautiful. They're elderly now. Aww. Now let me write him down. Oh, let me write him down. Randy Leach. Okay. She kept a diary and wrote things in the diary that Robert Kennedy told her. He went crazy when he found out she was writing things down and told her to get rid of it. Oh, wow. I don't know about that. Still having the same dreams. Oh my gosh, you guys. You guys. Still dreaming about the little girl. The other thing, I'm still having these tsunami and earthquakes and you name it. I'm having those dreams. And then now on top of it, I think I told you guys last time, I'm having these like really wicked dreams to where everything's like abandoned. There's a hospital. Nobody's in the hospital. You can tell like everything's been looted and cleaned out, and like the neighborhood, the houses are looted. It's just, it's a horrible dream. I hate having it. I really hate having it. Still waiting on a reading on, he's on my list. I haven't got anywhere near up to him yet, Kevin, but he's still on my list, honey. It's been a while since I got you one time. Erica here, my friend passed away due to OD of 35, taken 2, yeah. I'm so sorry, Erica. That's happening so much nowadays. I'm so sorry. Adventures with Purpose. Have been searching for him in a river. They think he drove into the river. Oh, wow. Oh, that's this guy you're talking about. Okay. Any of the hyperbole considered to be. You know what? The 411 cases are on my list. The problem with those is you're talking about like a lot of people, and it's hard enough to connect with one person. You know what I mean? So I know a lot of people thought that I did, I think, 2 readings, and a lot of people thought they were connected to the 411 cases, which I don't think so. Do I think the 411 cases are real? Of course. But you know, that's like a lot. You know, the one thing I noticed when I was sitting at the beach last week, you know, chilling, relaxing, just kind of like vegging, and I was like, wow, it feels really good not to constantly have my mind working, you know. It just felt really good to be able to relax and to not have to do any readings and not have to work on any cases and not have to take phone calls, you know, from detectives that are like, hey, I got another missing case, I need your work. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be a TCH. I'm totally not trying to be like that, but it just takes, like, here's what I realized. It took a lot out of me, because when I was at the beach every day, sitting there relaxing, I was like, wow, I didn't realize how stressed I had gotten. And I know I had started like being really short with my hubby, and, you know, I'm sure I was short with my son, and it takes a lot out of you, you know, it really does. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. Like, I'm not trying to look, y'all know I'm not sitting here like, oh, poor me. I am very grateful for my gifts. I am very blessed. I am very fortunate that I have these gifts and these abilities, right? I don't take them for granted. You know, I take them seriously, and I don't take them for granted. You know what I mean? But it does take a lot out of a person. It really takes a toll on you after some time. Yeah. Marilyn's doctor helped the Kennedys kill her. I'd actually heard that before. I want to find out if that's true or not. I knew what you were talking about, Sarah, for sure. I had delicious oysters in New Orleans. They were grilled, based in a butter, so yummy. Well, I kind of feel like anything in butter is amazing, so they probably were really good, right? Yeah, Dr. Green. I had heard something about that. I don't know if I saw it on TV or something. I don't know. Like, I've really been trying not to like watch anything concerning dead people and missing people. You know what I mean? Like, because I think that too is hard. You know what I mean? Yeah, email me, Erica. Sorry. I wasn't trying to be short. Erica, please don't take it like that. Thank you, Kim. Michael Bryson. Nope. I'll put him on my list and see if I can connect with him one day. But there again, you guys. So I probably have. So on regular cases, and when I say regular, I mean if you're not an artist, if you're not a musician, you're just a normal everyday Joe like I am, I probably have 160 before I put all these on there. And then celebrities, musicians, people that have passed, I probably have 100. I got a lot to do, y'all. You know, and the sad thing is, like, the one little girl who's always on here, I forget her name now. I don't mean to call her a little girl. She's not a little girl, but you know what I mean. Why can't I think of her name? She's so cute. She's like, you need to hire a couple people. Well, the problem is, if they can't do what I do, then they're useless. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but you know what I mean? Like, that's what takes so much time, is the connecting. You know what I mean? And the research. If I had somebody that could help me with the research, that would be good. But you know, I'll do the best I can. Maybe one day when I have 50 million subscribers, I would go insane. I have a hard enough time keeping up with comments now, and I only have, what, 3,200 or something, which I'm very grateful for every single one of you, by the way. The housekeeper knows what happened. Oh, I'm sure. I did, Sarah. I was so relaxing. And like I said, you know how like, let's say you have a messed up ankle, right? And you deal with the pain, You finally go into the doctor, and the doctor's like, guess what? I can do this surgery and make you all better. And you're like, oh, okay. You're kind of leery because, of course, you know, who the hell wants to have surgery? But you get your ankle done, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how bad my ankle had hurt all that time. You know what I mean? That's how I feel like with my gifts. Like, I didn't realize how stressed out I had gotten, because you have to remember, like, this is my real life. And now on top of it, I've added YouTube to that. You know what I mean? So I just didn't realize how stressed out I had gotten. And I was just grumpy a lot, I think. I think I probably was just really grumpy a lot. And, you know, I just really needed the break. I mean, not that going to my sister's house isn't a break, because it definitely is. But it's a different break. It's like, you know, she and I like to get in the car. We like to go. We like to have fun. We like to laugh. You know what I mean? And going to the beach was just so relaxing, you guys. You know, and somebody was telling me about Edgar Casey's hospital and all that stuff, and in the comments. But it's so true. Like, my gifts were really amped up while I was there. But it was different because I was very relaxed and I wasn't like pressured to work on a case. You know what I mean? So it was like very relaxing. Oh, very relaxing. So many crazy cases of missing people. It's insane. I'm telling you. You guys, I'm telling you, like, it never fails. Like, I'll write down a new case. Somebody will say something on here, or they'll email me and say, hey, can you do this case? And I'll write it down. And then, you know, a week later, I'm having dreams, you know, and then I have to sit there and figure out, okay, are these dreams about one of these people that I wrote down? Is it about, you know, somebody local? You know what I mean? Like, then I have to just discern what it is. And, guys, good golly. I did need my time off, Ken. Thank you. You need to rest and not read sometimes. Your personal time is your own, no matter how long it takes. Thank you, Rain. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I was very overwhelmed. Me too, Cynthia. Butter, man. Can't do anything wrong with butter. Yeah, it just had become a lot, and I didn't realize how much, you know what I mean? How much, like, I'm a really laid back, fun, easygoing person. I like to have a good time. I like to laugh, you know, and I feel like I just became like a bitch, honestly. I feel like I was short with my husband. I kind of feel like, and he's such, you know, he's such a good guy. Like, he's like, oh, it's okay. I know you're stressed. You know what I mean? Like, I feel bad because sometimes I think I take it out on him and I don't mean to, you know what I mean? He's a good man. Very true, Darlene. It's just, and like I said, with adding YouTube to the mix, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. My go-to stress release, sorry to recommend again, Kitten Academy live stream on YouTube. Yeah, I actually looked that up, Sarah. It's funny. It's really cute. It is really cute. And I like that kind of stuff just to, like, you know, like I have, like, it's like my brain doesn't want to shut down to go to sleep. And I think it's because I know I'm going to have those dreams. And I hate those dreams. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, yeah, the dreams are really getting to me, especially the ones about the earthquakes and the tsunamis. And then the new one that I've been having for the past few weeks. It's just really getting to me. Like, because, you know, I'm looking at it going, is this what our life is going to come to? You know, what a sad, rough time. You know what I mean? Like, husky videos. They're so cute, especially the really talkative ones. I just love them. Yeah, exactly. It is just too much. It's too much. But, you know, what am I going to do? Like, you know, I seriously thought about talking to my doctor about trying like a sleeping pill or something. But number one, I don't want to get hooked on sleeping pills. And number two, you know, I took years ago, the doctor put me on something to help me sleep. I was just going with not being able to sleep. Like, my brain was going nonstop. And they put me on that, and it was just like, although it would knock me out and I would sleep, the next day I felt like I hadn't slept. Excuse me. It was, you know, because, excuse me, I was still having all the dreams I have. Even back then, you know, I was having the dreams, just different ones, you know what I mean? So it was, yeah. I grew up in the Oregon coast. There's nothing like salt air. Yep. I agree. Yeah. Thanks, Ken. Yeah, I don't have a 9 to 5 job. I think a lot of times a 9 to 5 job would be a blessing, you know, but that's not me. That's not how my body works. That's not how my brain works. That's not how this works. And I'm not complaining about it for anything. Trust me. It's just, I do need to start, like, you know, at some points in the future, I need to, like, set some more boundaries, you know, because I mean, I have people, and look, don't get me wrong, you know, I have people that email me. I have people that, you know, get a hold of me on Instagram. And if I talk to you on Instagram, then that's because I want to respond to you. You know what I mean? But it's just sometimes when I'm really busy, like, Ken, I love talking to you on Instagram because it just gets my mind off of things, you know, just to talk about whatever. But a lot of times, you know, people want to talk about their loved ones that have passed or specific cases on there, which I'm all for. I have, you know, no problem with that. But it's just sometimes I need to kind of set more boundaries. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you replied to me right away. You know what I mean? And I'm like, if I feel like I'm getting something or I can help, of course I'm going to reply. I'm not going to ignore you and be like, oh, I'm not going to help her. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I do need to set some more boundaries. I really do. I kind of have a hard time with that. Like, you know, I have a really hard time setting boundaries. Ugh, the shirt though, it's like the, what do you call it? What is this thing called? The graphics or whatever. It's like one big piece and it's like sticking to me. Ugh. Aw, thank you, Sarah. I definitely do. I definitely do. I mean, getting on here and being able to talk and vent definitely helps. Trust me, it definitely helps. Especially when it's like a tough case, you know, like, was it this morning or yesterday morning? Wait, today's Friday. It was yesterday morning. Yesterday morning, I woke up and I immediately knew I had been dreaming about Suzanne Morphew. I don't know how I knew, but I was like, oh, that's about Suzanne Morphew. Like, I just knew. And it was just it was like a tough dream to watch, you know? I think because to me, it's just, it's such a senseless disappearance and such a senseless murder. You know, Barry could have divorced her and went on with life and went and picked up whatever women he wanted to pick up and do whatever the heck he wanted to do, you know? He can try to convince his kids all he wants that he didn't kill their mother, but I'm here to tell you he did. And it was kind of like a weird dream. It was bizarre. Like, she was in like this clear box. Okay. I don't know how else to say it. It was like you know that stuff, resin, that you can like put it in stuff and you can see through it. It was kind of like that, like almost like an acrylic box, like a see-through acrylic box. And it's like she was in that box and it was like she was dead. She was like laying there. And then all of a sudden you start seeing like bubbles in the acrylic box. And then she's like, and then she's doing like this number, like she's trying to say something to me. And I'm like, what, you know, what do you need? What can I do for you? What can I do for you, Suzanne? What can I do? Oh my gosh, what can I do? And she's just like, what's the word? She was just like scared to death. Like, her facial expression, she was just scared to death. And so then I'm like, did he bury her alive? I mean, that's what my dream was. Like, did he bury her alive? Did he really hate her and have so much hatred towards his own wife of all those years that gave him his 2 children, that he buried her alive? Did he do that? I don't know. But I think he did, you guys. Well, I won't say that. I will just say that the dream was like nothing I'd ever had before, especially when it was concerning Suzanne Morphew. And maybe if I have it again, maybe I'll be able to get to the bottom of it. But I don't know, y'all. Like, it really seemed like she was like in there, and then she was like gasping for air, and she was just panic stricken. Like, the look on her face. I don't know, just the look on her face. So I don't know. The new house wasn't ours until I hung the wind chimes with Grant's. Aw, there you go. Aw. Aw, thanks, Kim. I'm so glad you're not in Colorado anymore. Holy crap. Like, I was thinking about you last week. I was like, hopefully she's on the road going to Arkansas so she can be safe. So nobody will hurt her. Yeah, Pat, it's just, it's just part of it, but normally I can kind of, in my head, I can kind of work through the dreams. You know what I mean? Like, I can take like what I'm seeing and I can be like, oh, okay. I think this is what I'm supposed to see in the dream. Unfortunately, with this little girl, I can't figure out who the heck she is. Drives me nuts. And now with the Suzanne Morphew thing, there's a part of me that's like, did he bury her alive? Like, there's a reason why I had that dream. There's a reason why I'm questioning that. You know what I mean? Maybe he did. I mean, maybe that's how I can say he didn't kill her, but certainly caused her death. Yeah. I mean, that could be. Who knows? Like, he's obviously got issues. And yeah, it is why I'm not getting a good rest. It's just, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. But on the other hand, this is how I kind of feel. I feel like there's like a means to an end. Okay. So I'm having these dreams every single night about this little girl. And I'm having these dreams about the tsunamis and the earthquakes and the volcano and, all the natural disasters. So I kind of feel like there's a means to an end. Like, okay, at some point, I'm going to figure out who this little girl is. And at some point, unfortunately, these natural disasters are going to happen. And then I'm going to be like, okay, I can get some sleep now. You know what I mean? But, with Suzanne Morphew, like, why would I have a dream like that? You know what I mean? She was trying so hard to, like, it's like she was trying to talk to me, but she couldn't, Yeah. Yeah, Darlene, thank you, honey. Her love life, I don't see anything really, really good for a while. I don't, I'll tell her that much. How about that? I don't see anything like permanent or long-term right now. I don't see that anytime in the near future. Oh, good, Kim. I'll tell him. You guys, oh my gosh, should I tell you about my father-in-law and his sister? You guys. Okay, so my husband's dad and stepmom live in Arkansas. And then 25 minutes away, my father-in-law's sister, who is my husband's aunt, lives in a town. So my father-in-law was vaccinated in March and April. He is now in the hospital with COVID. Yep. And his sister, Antoinette, she's in the hospital with COVID. And she, unfortunately, my father-in-law is doing really good. My husband's aunt is not doing very good. It's not going very well. And like 6 of his cousins, I could be off on that number, but like 6 of his cousins all got vaccinated and they all have COVID really bad right now too. And they're all in Arkansas. So wear your mask in Arkansas, Kim. But the thing is, like, my father-in-law, I don't think he really goes anywhere. And his wife didn't get sick. She doesn't have COVID. They tested her. She's fine. So we have like no idea, like, but everybody's like, oh, you have to get the vaccine. You have to get the vaccine. And then they both got the vaccine. And so my father-in-law's wife says, oh, well, if he didn't get the vaccine, he'd be dead right now. Well, it's kind of like, did you say that or did the doctor say that? You know what I mean? Like, because if the vaccine works, then why are people in the hospital with COVID? You know what I mean? Like, So that's the other thing we've been dealing with. As soon as we go on vacation, what do we find out? My husband's father is in the hospital with COVID, and so is his sister. And it's like, are you kidding me? You know, because my husband was like trying to convince his dad, don't get the vaccine because we don't know what it could do to you. Don't get the vaccine. Don't get the vaccine. He gets the vaccine, and now he's in the hospital with COVID. So we were dealing with that too, and then finding out his aunt's not doing very good. Her daughter's a nurse, thankfully. So her daughter's actually allowed to go visit her because she has COVID too. So they're letting her, I guess, stay with her mom. So oh no. Oh my gosh, Cynthia. Holy crap. Yeah, I don't know. I am so. And you guys know my husband works with the government, and they're trying to say that, you know, they're going to force the employees to get vaccinated, which if he has to go travel again, you know, he's probably going to have to get vaccinated. But he may not have to travel again because hopefully, because they're doing everything, what do you call it? Remotely. So hopefully he won't have to travel again. Hopefully he can just do it remotely. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know. I've been careful though, you guys. I tried Virginia Beach, like hardly anybody was wearing masks, but I didn't care. I told my husband, I'm like, put your mask on. We gotta put our mask on. You know, I try to keep my mask on as much as possible. I mean, what are you gonna do? Yeah. I mean, I know they're saying now, they're like, oh, you know, you got to get the booster shot. Well, I didn't like the first two. I didn't want to get the first two shots. So now you have to get a third shot. Like, hello. Yeah. So I don't know. And then now supposedly the vaccines are causing blood clots. So people that are prone to blood clots can't get the vaccine now. I don't know, y'all. I'm just over it at this point. I just, you know, and everybody kept saying, oh, it's going to get back to normal. You'll see it's going to get back to normal. And I'm over here like, oh, yeah, really, it's not going to get back to normal anytime soon, you guys. If you think it's going to get back to normal, you're wrong. It's, you know, it's going to, unfortunately, it's going to continue to be a new strain. And, oh, here's, you know how we all get flu shots, right? Every year, they're like, get your flu shot. And they're like, oh, by the way, 2 of the newer strains that are out of the flu now, your flu shot won't cover it. Well, is that going to be what it's like with COVID? I don't think so. Hey, 10-9, what's happening? Do I see it's going back into a lockdown? I don't see like, you know, like all of the United States and all the countries going back into a lockdown. No, but I do see a lot of areas going into lockdowns. Like, yeah, it's not gone, you guys. COVID shot is no different than the flu shot. You can get the flu after shot. Yeah, true, Andy Mac. Yep. It's just so frustrating because there's a part of me that's like, let me just go get the stupid shots, right? And be done with it. So I don't have to listen to people going off about anti-vaxxers and all this other crap. I am not an anti-vaxxer by any way, shape, or form, by any means. My thing is, what's going to happen a year from now? Are they going to come out and be like, oh, the CDC screwed up, and guess what? You know, like on the commercials, if you or a loved one have major health problems or have died from COVID-19, contact this law firm for a class action lawsuit. You know what I mean? Like, what do we know about the future with this vaccine? You know? I mean, heck, listen, when both my parents had polio, so I know a little bit about polio, right? And with the polio vaccine, everybody was scared to death to get it, right? But when they found out that it was effective and that it was actually working, then they went and got it, right? If I saw that it was effective and that it was actually working, I might be more motivated to go get the vaccine, you know? But I just want to know, like, I have enough health issues. I can't afford to, like, add more crap, excuse my French, to what I've already got going on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need all that crap. They cannot force anyone to get vaccinated. They can go people saying they cannot go here. Yeah, true. Wow. The Olympics, Japan has 1 million cases. Holy crap. Yep. Exactly, Sarah. That's exactly, they're not going to come out and say that. And there's going to be all these class action lawsuits. You know what I mean? Like, because they're not going to fess up. Of course they're not. But I don't know, you guys. It's just frustrating. It's just really frustrating, because there's a part of me, and I have to go with my gut, right? And I kind of felt like, oh, well, I kind of felt like everybody was going to get the vaccine, so I'm going to have to get the vaccine because everybody's getting it, right? So that's kind of what I thought at the beginning. But then I started having like really bad feelings about getting the vaccine. And usually when I get these kind of feelings, they're usually right on. So, yeah. And it's just frustrating because, the government's saying that they could start going door to door to try to get everybody to get the vaccine. Well, so then there's me like, okay, but are they going to take into account the fact that some of us have health issues? You know what I mean? Like, it's just frustrating that I live in the United States of America, and somebody's going to come knock on my door and look me up to see if I've had the vaccine or not. My health issues because of HEPA regulations, that's nobody else's business. You know what I mean? So 2 to 10 years when everybody's dropping dead from taking that vaccine, what they're going to say, oh, we made a mistake. Yeah. See, and that's my concern. You have to weigh the good with the bad. Every single person has to take their own issues into account. If you're elderly, if you have a lot of health issues, if you want to go see your mom or your dad that are elderly, then maybe the vaccine's for you, just for me, it's just not, I don't feel good about it. And when I have my doctor saying, you need to think about it, you have a lot of other health issues, you need to maybe weigh in on it a little bit later when we know more about the vaccine. When I have my own damn doctor saying that, I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm going to listen to my doctor, You haven't got the vaccine yet, Ken? Yeah, they say they can't force you, but I don't know, y'all. They've been doing a lot of crap in this country that they're not supposed to be doing. So, like printing money, they're still printing money. How is that money supposed to ever be paid? Like, we are so far in debt. It's insane. Oh my gosh, Andy Mac. I would not be the one to say that, but I completely agree. I completely agree with you with what you're saying. It makes no sense to me. But here's the thing. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I do not, for a second, I do not think that President Joe Biden is running this country. I do not think he's in charge of anything. I hate to say that. I would love 5 minutes with his wife. I feel bad for the guy. I think he needs to retire and go to his house in Dover, and he needs to enjoy his grandkids and get on with life. It's really frustrating to me. He clearly has some health issues. It's so evident. If you look at any time he speaks, he can't finish a sentence. If he's asked a direct question, even if he's rehearsed it, he can't answer the question properly. Like, he's got some issues going on. And I'm not I love Trump 100%. He's so awesome. I'm a Trumper. I'm not about that. I'm not about being a Trumper or being Biden or being a Democrat or being a Republican or being an independent. I don't give a shit. I don't care how you vote. I don't care what you believe, right? But there's something wrong with our president. And if people can't see that, then they have issues, because there's definitely something wrong with our president. And my heart breaks for him. That's why I would love to talk to his wife. My heart breaks for the guy. Like, is he doing creepy stuff? Yeah. But you know what? He's not in his right mind. He's got health issues. Come on, give the guy a break. He's got health issues. And it just really ticks me off that his wife is just going to sit there and act like he's fine, and everybody else is going to act like he's fine in his administration that work for him when he's clearly not. I'm telling you. Bethany, hey! There would be riots if they did. But you know what? I think it's going to happen. I don't even want to go there. Who's got the proof the shot the president took was a vaccine? It could have been a B12 or vitamin. Yeah, it's true. Oh, that's true. Hello, George Soros. Yeah. Hello. He is strange. He's definitely a different human, right? If you look back at his stuff from like the 80s and 90s. Okay, let's talk about the stuff in the 60s, 70s, 80s. No, let's say the 70s, 80s, and 90s. He's racist. Right. Let me rephrase that. Back then, he was racist. He did not want his kids going to school with black people. You know, he said all this horrible stuff about black people, right? Kamala Harris even talked about it when they were doing the debate. She even called him a racist, right? But of course, when he calls her and says, hey, you know, since I won, I want you to be my vice president. Of course, she's like, oh, yeah, okay, sure, Joe. You're not a racist anymore. You're a great guy. You know what I mean? Like, Kamala, really? Come on, you're a woman. You're supposed to be smarter than that. But, you know, he was definitely more together, even when he was even though he was racist, he was definitely more together back then than he is today. Today, he does some creepy stuff. He says weird things, you know, and it's not just that he says weird things. It's that he says strange things at weird times. I think that's what it is. I think that's what really upsets me is he'll just out of the blue start talking off the cuff about something that nobody even asked him about. And then he can't even like string a couple sentences together for it to make sense. You know what I mean? Like the guy has some health issues and I know he's, you know, he's weird. He is kind of strange. He does things that are strange, but I'm here to tell you it's because of health issues. He has health issues. I'm telling you, he has health issues. He's losing it. He's losing it. And everybody's okay with it. Everybody seems, oh, we'll just look the other way. Everybody just look the other way. And when Joe practices for 2 days and he can't answer the questions that he's been practicing for 2 days, it's okay. Just look the other way. It's no big deal. We'll just look the other way. And it's getting to me, you guys. It's really getting to me. Yeah, he does. He forgets what he's talking about. He does, you know? She is a doctor. Are you kidding me? She is a professor, was a professor at college. The school my son went to. True story, English professor. Well, she taught English. I don't know if she specializes in English, but she taught English. Yeah. And you're right, he has no clue. Jill loves it because she wants to be the first lady. You're so right. I mean, it's just pathetic. It's friggin' pathetic. And Angela, you're so right. Let me tell you. Okay, look. So my son and I are in the car today. This lady's driving down the road and she can't drive worth the crap, right? She was pissing me off, to be frank with you. We get up next to her. Oh, she's an old lady. Here's what I have to say. If you're an old woman or an old man and you can't drive, then you shouldn't be behind the wheel of a car. Take their freaking license away. I had to do it to my mom. I literally had to say to my mom, Mom, give me the keys. You cannot drive anymore because you've almost killed us 20 times in the past 5 minutes. So from here on out, I will take you wherever you want to go, whatever time, day or night. But I'm driving. And you're not driving anymore. You know what I mean? And I feel the same way with people that are in office. We have a lot of older people in office. Senators, congressmen, congresswomen that they should have been retired years ago. They're crotchety old people and they're clueless. They're just so set in their freaking ways and they're clueless. You know, we need to have term limits. We need the president. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're 69 or if you're 20. If you're well, you can't be 20 and be the president. But if you're the president of the United States, you should be tested periodically to make sure like everything's still there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Not on the Trump train, but he was right. Drain the swamp, term limit. He was so right about that. I agree with you 100%. I feel like Donald Trump did the best he could with what he had, you know, but anything he tried to do, he had to fight opposition. Do I think he's a great guy? I I think he has the potential to be a wonderful human being. How about that? And I see that he's done a lot of things for a lot of people, you know, behind the scenes that nobody talks about. Do I like the way he talks? No, negative. I do not. You know, I think his family should have taken over his Twitter account years ago. Like, you know, but yeah. And if it was Trump, he'd be destroyed. So true. It's so true. It's so true. The crap that they're putting up with now that they would have never put up with a year ago. You know, it's so true. I see another psychic saying she sees him passing away before the end of his term and Kamala becoming president. Bethany, that probably scares me more than having Joe Biden as president, to be honest with you. Only because, let me just say this. I'm a woman, clearly. I'm not a trans person. I was born a woman. Okay. I know I have a deep voice, but come on. No. But anyway. I am all for women's rights. I'm all for women should be supporting women, backing women up instead of tearing them down. I'm all for that, right? But here's one problem I have. Kamala believes in socialism, right? That's the one problem. The other problem I have is that, and I feel like everybody's going to hate me for saying this, but I don't care. I'm going to say it anyway. I feel like not necessarily all women, but in most cases, okay, women react based on emotion, right? If somebody cusses us out and pisses us off, we're going to scream and yell at them. We're going to react based on emotion, right? I feel like there are some women out there that if they were in a higher position, I would feel like they would react out of emotion instead of being rational and stepping back and thinking about it and then reacting. And I get myself in trouble for that crap. Trust me, I know. I say whatever comes, you know, to my brain and comes out. And I've had people say, oh, I can't watch your videos because you cuss too much. Oh, I can't watch your videos because you're this. Oh, get to the point. Like, you know, I get it. But it's scary. And that's all I'm going to say about that. He does have a hold of the nuclear football. That's the problem. I mean, but could someone overstep him? Probably. You know, honestly, from a psychic perspective, that's what I feel like. Someone could probably overstep him. But you know what I mean? What if the wrong person says, hey, you need to go do A, B, and C, and Joe was like, oh, okay, I need to go do A, B, and C. And then it's too late. You know what I mean? Sorry, you guys. I know her parents were professional. They were civil rights activists a long time ago. I mean, I just cannot believe her. Exactly. And here, I will say this, and I've never said this out loud before. I think Kamala Harris, I think she's so pretty. I really think she's a pretty person. What I don't like about her, I kind of feel like, okay, when she was running for president and she went up against Biden, right? You know, they get out there and they say what they think and what they feel and they go back and forth. You know, she clearly called him a racist and she clearly came at him about specific things that were true, right? Racism is just one of those things. And then all of a sudden when he wins and she's like, oh, sure, Joe, you're not a racist anymore. I'll be glad to be your vice president. What does she go and say to her husband? You know, she went and said, that stupid old racist is going to become the president. And guess what? I'm going to be his vice president. You know what I mean? Like, she should have stood her ground. I would have had so much more respect for her if she said, yo, Joe, thanks for the offer, but you're a racist and I can't support you and I can't stand behind you. Sorry. You know what I mean? I would have so much respect for her and I would be like, wow, she's good people. You know what I mean? She's a moron. Yeah. Cackling, giggling, hyena. She is. Can't say anything against that because she really is. And it's so sad because she's an intelligent woman, right? And she's beautiful. She's a really pretty woman. She's really nice looking. She's very attractive. But unfortunately, what she shows on the outside, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, ugh. Age checks in the US, I don't know. Every state's different. I got into an accident with this guy. He was 82 years old. He'd never had an accident before. Right? I'm like, dude, you know, you're 82 though. Maybe it's time to like wrap it up. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. It's different with every state. So I don't know. Each state requires different things. Like I think they have to come in and get their eyes checked. But you can get strong glasses and be able to see and not be able to have reaction time and not be able to drive properly. You know what I mean? Kamala did not get into office by her brain. She got into office by laying on her brain. Now, look, I'm not going to speak on that because I don't know if that's the truth or not. That's what I've heard. But I don't know if that's the truth or not. You know what I mean? And I'm not one of these psychics who sits there and says, oh, Trump's really the president and you need to vote for Trump. You're not going to hear that from me, okay? Like I said, I think he did the best with what he had. And I'm just so pissed that nobody's doing anything about the fact that Joe needs to go home or be put in a hospital or something. He needs some help. It really upsets me. I don't need to talk about this anymore because it really does upset me. Like, I feel bad for the guy. And it's like nobody's looking out for him. Why? Because they're benefiting from him. His wife wants to be the first lady, so she's not looking out for him. His son is a dipshit. He has no other means to make money, so he's going to make money because, oh, I'm the president's son. You know what I mean? Like, nobody is looking out for his best interests. I am. Hi, Joe. Hi, Joe. You can come meet my grandpa. I need a surrogate grandpa. Come on over, Joe. No, just kidding. Just joking. I don't want you over here. I don't know, Andy Mac. I don't know. I don't know about that not having the codes. Honestly. Yeah. I know. I get it, Kim. I get it. It's a rough time for our country. You know, it really is. Like, people that are in other countries, I don't know. I don't know. I just know it's a rough time for our country. Like, there's so many bad things happening, and it's just like, you know, somebody's got to wake up and do something, because it's like getting old fast. It scares the situation. I know what you meant. I just thought you were being nice, trying not to say shit, saying situations. Yeah. Oh, I started. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know, you guys. I feel like there's so many things going on with this country right now. I don't know what's going to end up happening. Like, I mean, I see a few things, but I don't even want to go there. We should check reaction times and driving acuity. Exactly. I agree 100%. I mean, you know, they say it's like proven medically that as you get older, your reaction time is slower, you know, and these people get out here, and I'm sorry, but if you're driving 25 miles an hour in a 55 mile an hour speed zone, guess what? You're going to cause an accident just as bad as somebody that's going 85 miles an hour, you know? Come on. And in some cases, you're going to cause the accident worse because you're sitting there and everybody's having to go around you, you know? Yeah, some of these people. And my husband gets upset with me. He's like, oh, don't say that. She's a grandma. And I'm like, well, she shouldn't be freaking driving. Does she not have kids? Does she not have grandkids? If it were my grandma, if she were still alive, I'd be like, hey, Granny, you want to go somewhere? You call me up. I got you, girlfriend. I'll come pick you up and take you. You know what I mean? Like, come on. I will take you off track. My future 24-year-old's on law. Special center for testing for cancer. Dots. Andy, I don't want to go into that on here, okay? I'm trying really hard not to go into that kind of stuff on here. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a, you know, BIO's TCH. Yeah. Darlene, what's wrong? Yeah. No, I feel you, Darlene. Trust me, I feel you. You know, people have their beliefs of her. You're not hurting me. You know? I mean, I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, you know, but I just have a hard time understanding how everybody can sit around and be okay with this man running the country when he's clearly out of it. And he clearly has so many deficits right now, you know? Crazy. I always try to be like politically not correct, but politically sensitive. How about that? Like, I don't hate Biden. I don't hate Kamala. I don't hate Trump. I don't hate anybody. I don't know them. That's kind of how I feel. Like, I don't know them, so how can I hate them? Now, do I agree with them? The current administration? Not really. Not too much. I feel like a lot of things with our past administration were misconstrued. I feel like, and please, if I'm out of line for saying this, then tell me. But I feel like the LGBTQ community heard somebody say that Trump didn't like gay people, and then all of a sudden it spread, and then they were all against Donald Trump, right? If you watch Caitlyn Jenner, she was interviewed recently, and I actually took the time to watch it. And she said, you know, she felt like Trump was doing everything he could for the LGBTQ community. You know, she didn't feel like he was against them at all. And that was my whole thing. That was the whole thing. That was one of the issues that I had a problem with. You know, I had a real problem with people saying, oh, Trump hates gay people. They were saying Trump's racist. Well, his son-in-law is Jewish, and his son-in-law was a huge part of his administration, right? And if he didn't like him because he was Jewish, then he wouldn't have hired him for his administration, right? I mean, that's kind of like how I look at things. And it was just frustrating that I think so many things were inaccurate. How about that? I don't want to getting too like political. I don't want to get into all that, but I just think things got blown out of proportion and people ran with it without doing their research. And unfortunately, there are a lot of young people today that don't take the time to research stuff. My son, okay, let me tell you about my son. If I say, oh, hey, Chris, I saw so and such on TV about this president or that president, he'll be like, okay. And then guess what? He'll go and research it. And he'll find out if it's for real or if it's just fake, you know. He takes the time to research everything. And if more kids today were like that, instead of just jumping on the bandwagon with their other friends who say, oh, Trump hates gays and BLM and Antifa and all that, if they would take the time to research, they might find that a lot of what they've been told is probably not 100% accurate. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sorry, guys. Let me get off this. It's hard for some older folks that have no one to take them around. That's true. That's true. But if you live in my neighborhood and you're older and you need a ride somewhere, you call me up. I will thank you for sure. Hey, maybe I should do that. I could start doing that. Because look, anybody that knows me knows I love elderly people. I have no patience for moronic adults that are my age if they're stupid, right? But if they're older or if they're children, I have all the time in the world for them. True story. My GPA was hitting everything, including my cousin. Oh my God. Refused to stop driving. Luckily, it was around the time I got my license. Need a car, so give it. Aw. I don't understand why Obama picked Biden as his vice president, knowing that Biden was a racist. I think it was a setup. Could be. I don't know. Hey, I want my rainbow back. Dang, rainbow. Rioters. Rainbow Bright. Yeah. Cool. Did my brother have a Rainbow Bright? Sister, if you're watching this, did our little brother have a Rainbow Bright? Did he? I think he might have. Yeah, true, Darlene, true. His daughter is also Jewish and she adopted. Yeah, right? Right? My son was like that too. Yep. What scares me with old people driving is when they turn the corner and take your side of the road. Yep, that happens all the time. Look, if you live in the DC area, we have a hard enough time when it's like bright and sunny out, right? And dry with people that can't drive. And then if you add to it that they're elderly or it's raining, God forbid. Oh, you guys. Some people need to stop using the internet. They believe everything they read. True. Oh, thank you, Rice. Hi, honey. Hi. I love serving kids. I will work with them all day, but I always have a hard time with old people. Really? See, I'm like, I love kids. They get on my nerves, but sometimes. But I love kids and I love old people. I just can't stand, like, and it doesn't matter how old you are, know-it-alls. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if you're 20 or 70. If you're a know-it-all, you need to check yourself, because I can almost bet my life that you don't know it all. How about that? You know what I mean? Like, people, come on. By the way, I'm above 64. There you go. Yeah. Old people don't give one single fuck. That's so true. Kim took that away. She's like, hey, can't be cussing on here. But I cuss. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you guys. But it is true, though. It is true. And, you know, I saw this video recently, and the guy was like, I'm 78 years old. I don't give a crap what anybody thinks about me. And it's, like, so true. Like, that's one of the advantages of growing old, is you don't need to worry about what other people think, right? That's what I think, anyway. I don't know. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. So, yeah, old people shouldn't be driving. I should start a company. What could I name it? Driving Miss Daisy. How about that? And I can go around and drive all the elderly people to the grocery store, help them shop. I would totally do that for free. I would so do that for free. Now that I'm not running the food pantry, now that I'm not dealing with that, I would so do that. I don't think I have enough hours in the week, though. That's the only problem. But I would love to do that. And you guys, listen, you know it's going to be cold soon, right? Before you know it, it's going to be winter, fall and winter, which sucks because I hate fall and winter with a passion. But do me a favor. If you see a homeless person outside and they're like, if a homeless person's outside and it's cold, go buy them a coffee. Like, can't you get, like, I don't drink coffee, right? But I think you can get like $1 coffee at McDonald's. Instead of like saying, go get a job, or I'm not going to give you any money because you're going to go drink or do drugs. Just be like, here's a coffee for you and here's cream and sugar. Have a nice day. That goes a long way, you guys. And I know working the pantry, the food pantry, dealing with all the local homeless people, like, all they want is just for people to treat them like they're human. Let me tell you a true story. I was in Baltimore. Hubby had to work out there. And so I said, hey, let me go to Baltimore with you. You know, it was fall. And I was like, I can go to the inner harbor. The inner harbor, I can go to the aquarium. I can walk all over the place. We stayed in this really nice hotel. And I was walking all over the place. And I come up to this homeless guy. And I went up to him and I said, hi. And he was just kind of sitting there and he's like, are you talking to me? And I was like, I think so. I was like, here you go. I gave him a $5 bill. And he's like, wow, thank you. And I was like, of course. I'm like, how's your day? And, you know, we just started chit-chatting, right? I was standing there waiting on the light. I was walking and I couldn't cross. So we're just chit-chatting. And he said to me, his eyes started tearing up. And he said, no one has spoken to me in 3 days. He's like, I have not had human interaction with anyone in 3 days. Nobody has spoken to me in 3 days. And I remember walking away from there, like, crying. Like, oh my God, can you imagine going through 3 days and not having human interaction with another person? Like, because I can't. Okay, starting a company in college currently. Oh, that is scary. So off topic, your nails look great. You know what? I normally do them myself, but I cheated before we went to the beach and I got like, what do you call it? Here we go. The dip powder done. And it's been 2 weeks and they still look decent. I was like, oh, go figure. Yeah. Exactly. Be kind. Hey, beautiful. Hope you're doing well. Oh, hey, Dark Rose. Love you, honey. I love you, Dark Rose. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thanks for coming by. I love Dark Rose. She's awesome. I just make a few bags with food hand towels. That's awesome. That's so cool, Cynthia. That's definitely the way to do it. You know, hubby and I in Virginia Beach, I'm not even going to tell you because you don't need to know, but we gave so much money out in Virginia Beach because everywhere we went, there was a homeless person. And, you know, I went up to these two guys that were sitting there and I was like, hey, you guys okay? Do you have dinner? Do you have money to eat? And they were like, yeah, we're okay. We're good. Thank you. You know what I mean? Like, but there were so many people that weren't okay, you know? And I felt like, I said to my hubby, we're spending all this money going out to all these restaurants. Well, we should be helping these people. And so we did. And, you know, nobody needs to know how much we gave them or what we did for them. But the bottom line is, you know, should always do that. When that guy said that to me, you guys, you don't know, like, that ripped my heart out. And I told him, I was like bawling. I was like, I am so sorry. I am so sorry that this stupid human race has completely let you down. I am so sorry. And when we got to talking, I ended up missing, you know, the crosswalk for like an hour. I stood there talking to this guy. And, you know, when he told me his story, let me see if I can remember it. Hopefully I'll do him justice. He lived in, I think, Maine, had a wife and kids, career, and his dad died and his mom got sick. She lived in Baltimore. So he packed up his stuff and went out to take care of his mom, but his wife didn't want to come because she had a job and the kids were situated. And she was like, no, I'm not going. So he went out to take care of his mom. She ended up passing really quickly. He goes back to Maine. His wife had put the house on the market. I don't know how she did it, but she put the house on the market and he didn't know where her and the kids went. Now, I don't know the whole behind story. I'm a psychic, so of course I saw some other things. So I think there were more issues. But the bottom line is this guy felt like he had lost everything. He stayed in his mom and dad's house, and then he went to put it on the market, and he couldn't because his name wasn't on anything, and so it was going to take time through the courts. Well, by the time the courts got around to it, he had lost the house. It had went into foreclosure, and the house was gone, so he had nowhere to go. So he became homeless, and that's where he was. And he's like, I don't do drugs, I don't drink. He's like, I'll go take a urine test right now. He's like, you know, and my heart just went out to him. Like, it's sad. No human being should go 3 days without communicating with another person. You know what I mean? I can't imagine. Wow, Ken, really? That sucks. Yeah. I feel you, darling. I feel you. Hey, Ginger, what's happening? You deserve shit. I've been using Color Street nail strips. I'm in love. Excuse me, Angela. Let me tell you about Color Street. So I ordered some. Let me tell you something. I have really wide fingernail beds, right? They're like wide. They're like man. And I have really long fingers. I have like man hands, okay? I mean, they're kind of petite. I have kind of like small wrists, right? For my size. The color strips, I go to put them on to stretch them and they rip. Every freaking single one of them ripped. So I was so mad. I just took them all and threw them in the trash. I was so mad. And the Color Street girl's like, oh, I haven't heard you post anything. Like, do you like, the nails? I haven't heard you haven't texted me? I'm like, I hate them. They all ripped. And she's like, what? What do you mean they ripped? Well, I can send you some more. I'm like, don't send me any more. I had 5 packs and every single one of them ripped. You're going to send me 5 more packs and they're all going to rip too. I'm like, no, I'm not doing Color Street. Yeah, I just can't get them to work for me. I'm one of those old people now. Me too. Me too. I'm getting up there. I know. Where were we? And somebody was talking to my hubby and saying like, saying something about their age. My hubby's like, I'm 60. Who was it? And they were like, you're not 60. And he was like, oh, yeah, I am. My tattoos. Let's see. This one. Okay. it did say believe, right? And these two double hearts stand for my hubby and I. It's this little thing we have with each other that nobody else really knows. And then there's purple rose, a red rose, a blue rose, and a purple rose. And they all stand for people that I love in my life, specific people, which I'm not going to go into. Yeah. And then I have, hubby and I have the same cross. Oh, I did get some sun, huh? Hubby and I have the same cross on our arms. And then, I'm not going to put my leg up on the desk, but my left ankle, I have like it was my first tattoo. So I'd been really sick, had all the brain surgeries. And then my girlfriend's like, oh my gosh, let's go to Florida. Let's fly to Florida. Let's rent a sports car and let's go and celebrate that you're doing better. I was like, okay. So we went, we rented a Mitsubishi Eclipse convertible, had a blast. And I said, I'm going to get a tattoo of this momentous occasion. What I wanted was a Japanese maple on my ankle. But when I got to Florida, the first thing I noticed were the palm trees. Anybody that knows me knows I love palm trees. Like, they're my jam. I love palm trees, okay? So I went to the tattoo place and I said, I want this Japanese maple. And he said, you have a picture of it? And I'm like, aren't you a tattoo artist? I didn't know how it worked. I'd never had a tattoo before. So he's like, do you want to get something different? And I'm like, you know what? I'd like to hit a palm tree because that's the one thing I noticed. And it was kind of like, you know, my freedom from being sick and like being on my own and being able to go on a trip without having to worry that I was going to get sick. So I got the palm tree. So it's like a palm tree with a wave coming up and then the sand. Yes. My favorite nail polish by far is OPI. I love OPI nail polish. I have bought Essie. I bought, you name it. I bought Sally Hansen. I bought, you know, expensive stuff. I bought everything. And it all starts chipping and peeling right away for me. Now, if I get OPI, it'll last like, you know, at least 5 days or more before it starts looking kind of wonky. And it depends on how good of a top coat I do. I love OPI. I love it, love it, love it. Me too, I've got fat nails, but you can stretch them. You gotta do it slow. Oh, God. That's the one that I don't have patience for that kind of stuff. That's why they all end up ripped, because I don't have any patience. Don't any prefer clear if I did have. You know, I was like that for years. For years. So, okay, I went through a period for years. I went every 2 weeks and got acrylic nails and all that. And I kept saying to my mom, like, my nails won't grow. They won't grow. And she was like, when you turn 40, your nails will get hard as a rock. And I'm like, whatever. So I turned 40 and guess what? My nails got hard as a rock. They used to be like tissue paper and they would literally peel off in layers. They were so thin and broken all the time. So now I have like really strong nails, but now I'm like, is this dip powder going to ruin my daggone nail? You know, I hope not, but it can happen. And then I went through a period where I didn't want any nail polish whatsoever. And if I did, I was the same way. If I did, I had clear. Now I'm back to nail polish, y'all. I have Grant's signature. Aw, that's so cool. Is your ring a tattoo? Let me tell you the story about my rings. So I have a beautiful diamond ring that my husband and I designed, and it has my wedding band attached to it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Nobody else has this ring because we designed it, had it made. But I have that allergy. So if I wear any kind of metal, my fingers turn green and black. So it's kind of just like, I feel bad I can't wear my wedding band. So look, I went on Amazon and I bought me some of these little silicone things. It cost me like $5. And that's what I've been wearing, right? So then one of my favorite couponers has this thing, click on here at K Jewelers and you can get these rings. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I found these really nice silicone rings. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna get my hubby one and I'm gonna get one for myself. He can wear his wedding band, but you know, he doesn't have a reaction to it. I do. I spend all this money, right? And let me tell you what shows up at my house. I was so freaking pissed. It was a scam. It wasn't K Jewelers. I'm the dumbass that thought it was, and I shouldn't have thought that. But The 2 rings they sent me were these 2 little plastic cheapy things. They weren't silicone. They were just plastic cheapy crap. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Which reminds me, I have to call my bank tomorrow and back their payment out. I was so pissed. So mad. But they're like, no, not today. But yeah, I'm so pissed. My favorite couponer, she put a link up and she said, oh, K Jewelers has this big sale right now. You should go there, right? So I go there, and then apparently at some point after I placed my order, this couponer came out and said, oh, it's not a legit site. I'm so sorry. Well, hello, Fred. You could have told me that, before I blew a lot of money, right? I mean, it wasn't a ton of money, but still, that's not the point, It was like $100. So I got to back that out of my account. They didn't come from China. That's what's weird. That's what's strange, is they did not come from China. I was surprised. I was really surprised, because you would have thought that's what it was. It came from, what did it say? It was some weird Midwestern place, Midwestern town. Because I remember thinking it was probably from China. And then it comes and I'm like, I think it said like Nebraska or something. I think it was from Nebraska. I'm like, Nebraska? What the heck? So I don't know if someone's doing it out of their basement or... It just pissed me off. So I'm going to call my bank tomorrow and back the money out. I mean, it's con artist. I'm so dumb to fall for that. Like, I should have freaking known, But, oh my God, you guys, I'm sweating so bad from these lights. My hair is soaking wet. Yeah. Stupid con artists. Uh-oh. Chat is disconnected. Wait until we try to reconnect you. Okay. All right already. Let me drink some of my little lemonade here, y'all. It's hot as crap in here. Successfully connected. Probably, Cynthia. My computer keeps like disconnecting and reconnecting and disconnecting and reconnecting. Hello? What's up? Have you ever had any interactions with aliens or extraterrestrials? One time I went to a reader, a psychic, a little fuzzy guy creature came in, said everything will be okay, then left. I have. Hey, my unit, what's happening, girl? What up, girlfriend? Okay, so Mr. V.
Hi.
Yeah, I have had some weird things. I don't like to talk about it too much though. And there's kind of reasons behind why I don't like to talk about it too much. So yeah, maybe at some point I'll talk about it, but right now.
Scare you? Did he scare you?
What?
Quasi?
No, I'm not talking about him. When was the last time you restarted your router? Okay, Mr. V, when was the last time we restarted our router, since I don't even know what a router is?
It's been a while. It's probably my son playing a game.
I don't know. I'd love to know what a fuzzy guy creature is. Yeah. I know what he's talking about. Did you see my mushrooms? Good vibes. This shirt is so annoying though. This right here is like sticking to me, right?
Yeah, it's an iron-on.
Yeah. Ugh, I don't like it.
Cheap.
Cameo appearance by Mr. B. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta crack the whip every now and then and make him work for his share. You know what I mean?
I'm on vacation.
He's still on vacation technically, yeah. Yeah, it might help. You're right, Angela. Look, every time I sit down in this house in front of a computer, something goes wrong. Computers hate me, okay? My husband's a network engineer and computers freaking hate me. Always freaking something with the computer. I'm like, really? And our computer is like a really nice computer that our son built for my husband, right? he was working this really good job and he was like, I'm going to do something for Dad. And so he built this really nice computer, and it's a really nice computer. But it's had so many issues. It's like, are you kidding me? Oh, I didn't tell him about Paragould. Kim said she loves it there. They made it to Arkansas. They got their house in Arkansas, and she's supposed to have her swimming pool up and running in a couple days, and she's all excited.
Is it above ground pool?
I don't know. Is it above ground pool, Kim?
Yeah, it didn't.
Ugh.
Yeah, maybe we'll come out and see her. If,
No, you can go visit your dad and your stepmom, and I'll go see her. We got it all worked out.
I mean. Hopefully not.
Shoo! You guys, my hair is soaking wet. It's freaking hot as crap. Oh, I gotta get off here soon. I need to get up and go to Shay's house tomorrow and help her set everything up.
You gotta take care of
It's
me.
an in-ground pool. I'm not gonna take care of you. What are you talking about? Who do you think I am? I'm not your mama. I'm your wife.
Okay.
You are welcome. She said we're welcome. No, I'm welcome. He's not. He has to go to his dad's house. I'm coming to your house. I got it all planned out now. I know a joke about husband working. When he died, his wife made him into a sand timer and said he never did anything for her when he was alive, so she's making him work now. There you go. No, my husband does everything for me. Are you kidding? I'm so blessed and
So
lucky.
our plan is to get a couple of sponsors and then go help people across
I
the
know,
country.
honey.
Hold on, I'm talking to them.
Oh,
Shush.
oh.
And then, as we move across the country, we're going to find out where you live, and when we go by there, we'll pop in. Of
Did you hear Mr. V?
course they did.
Yeah. Yeah, if I could get to that stage with YouTube, that would be awesome. That would be so cool. Because there are so many cases, Joe Pickler is the first one, that I would love to go out to Bremerton, Washington and see if I could find him. I mean, I do a lot better when I'm at a location and when I can touch things. By touching things, I can see more things. And I just think if I were able to physically go there, I think I would have a better chance of finding him and helping with other cases. You know what I mean? Like, I do so much better when I can be right there and be hands-on. Mr. B. Oh, wait, let me see. Gotta go, gym time. Oh, have fun working out. Good for you. I'll definitely let you know. I'm monetized now. Can you believe it? I am monetized now. And, so you can pick certain things, but you can't say, oh, I only want, one commercial or two commercials. So I hope it's not too many commercials because it's going to really piss me off. I would love to be a cross-country traveler, Cynthia. That is my goal, is to be able to go from state to state and be able to hands-on try to help more. Because like I said, if I can touch things, I can see more things. I get more things. So, like if I go to like a house that's been there, a historical house, and if I touch it, it'll take me back in time. Like I can see like the way it was years ago. And it kind of like does like a really quick movie reel of like the whole time, like from when it was first built until today, like basically. It's kind of cool. And I just think I could help so much more if I were, hands on the ground, boots on the ground. Like here, I can do that. If it's a case here, it's so much easier because I can go straight to it. You know what I mean? Like I've had so much more success with when it's something locally, Mr. V is shy. He is not shy. When I met him, he was shy. Today, he's not shy. He's trying to act like he's shy. All right, you guys. I've got to get off here. I have to go to my son's girlfriend's house tomorrow because they're going to have the birthday party for the birthday girl, and I'm helping set it up, and I'm excited. It's going to be fun. Yeah, I do have that 10-9. I do have that. I can hold something of someone's and see stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I do have that. Oh, thanks, my unit. Yeah, I was so torn. Like, and trust me, it's not like I make much, right? But yeah. Bye, JR. Bye, Kim. Bye, Angela. Bye, my unit. Bye, 10-9. Who else am I missing? Darlene. Bye, Darlene. She just left, huh? Ken. Bye, Ken. Thank you so much. I love it when you're here. I do so much better when Ken is here with me. It's a true story. All right, Kim, JR, all you guys have a good week. Take care. Bye.